Good morning, what is on my peeps and peeps? It's us, we're here, but I'm gonna have to go. I'm really sorry. Literally just blew my nose with the anticipation of coming on stream, right? And my nose is starting bleeding, so I'm really sorry. You're gonna have to give me like 2 minutes. I'm really sorry. I'm literally here. God damn it. Dude, it's so hard to sort out a fucking nosebleed when you've got, like, as many piercings as you do, as I do in my nose. This is horrendous. I mean, I could just come on and chat. It's not exactly gonna get, like, any better. I mean, I'm here, but there's no, like, there's no voice, like, my mouth is not calibrated, by the way. I don't know how it's moving. I don't know what it's, like, tracking, because my mouth is literally covered. Ah! Oh, no! The timing is not in the room with it right now. Jesus Christ. Paul? I don't think he's coming. To get me some wet wipes, Jesus Christ. Jeez. This is not good. Not a good start to the stream! I need to, like, kind of rush today as well, because she's gotta get, like, I gotta get my, I gotta get my, fuck, I gotta get my, I gotta get Portal done, right? What the fuck? How is it tracking my mouth movements? Why is it better, like, calibration? Then, like, when it can actually see my fucking, like, mouth. The fuck is that face? Excuse what the tracking is doing right now. It's, like, struggling to connect to my face because I've got a face full of, like, tissue right now. Literally can't see my face. It can see my eyes, that's about it. You might have sound coming through webcam. No, I've turned that off. Because I used to have that and it didn't really work. If you have lip sync on, it'll prioritize that. But I shouldn't have that. I mean, this is weird. What is going on here? Oh, look at the settings. Like, what is it doing to my mouth right now? No. It's that time of year again. Yeah, it thinks my mouth is moving. That's what it is. It's not like recording my voice or anything. Ugh. Paul, you get me some wet wipes. You get some wet wipes. No, like the skin ones from the bathroom upstairs. Good today. Anyway, hello, Forrest. Hello, Mimi. Hello, Mina. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm so sorry that this has started. Thank you.
What the hell have you done?
My nose is bleeding. And bleeding. Oh, it's stopped now. What are you looking at? No, that's weird. I don't know what that is. There's like a wet stain on the door. I think it's still bleeding. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Paul jump scare. I love Paul just asking, what the hell have you done? He always asks me that. Thank you.
Typical.
It's that time of year again when I start getting nosebleeds again though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have like a vein in my nose. You can visually see it if I like lift my nasal passage up, and like it's quite protrudent. What's the word? Yeah, but it's like a mix between it protrudes out, is I think what I'm trying to say. And I had to clip that whole saga with your face. Why would you do that? My demise, and you're clipping me. God damn it. Thank you, baby. Okay, it's stopped now. It has actually stopped. We might have to relive this whole saga again. Yep, that happened to me once when I used the wrong way. Jeez. Excuse me as well. I am literally just wiping it around my nose, so I'm not like getting dried blood everywhere. It just like started gushing. I haven't had, so it's been like threatening to bleed for a few days now. I've been like having problems with that. And then, oh, hello, what's going on here? No. It's been like threatening to bleed for a few days, and I've been like struggling with that. And I was like, one of these days I'm gonna go to the bathroom while I'm at work and blow my nose, and I'm gonna be stuck in there for 20 minutes because that's usually how long they last. Yes, I'm very aware. I am a first aider. I'm very aware if it goes on that long that you need to go to A&E. My work is also very aware of it, as they have sent me home twice due to nosebleeds. I don't know why. It is like, I know what causes it. There's like a vein in my nose that's like quite prominent, and I think what happens is like it's right where like the base of one of my labrets like catches. So occasionally when I blow my nose, if I like clench my jewelry too hard, it like bleeds. But I'm quite careful about it usually. I don't know what happened today. Where I work, you gotta die for them to send you home. Dude, yeah, but my boss, well, my ex-boss, she fucking, not even my boss, she was just my line manager. She fucking hates my guts, dude. She literally, like, if I, like, cried even once, she'd send me home. So. You have shadows on your face? I don't know if it's caused like that, but maybe. Yeah, no, so, it's been, like, threatening to bleed a few weeks, but that's mostly because I've started blowing my nose more. And I just was like, oh, my nose is kind of runny. I should like blow it before I come on live. And then I literally saw the timer. It said 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, I gotta go now. And I literally blew my nose, pulled it away, covered in blood. And I'm like, fuck, okay. I've now got to decide how I'm gonna do this. Because I had to let you guys know that I hadn't like forgotten. But I also had to prepare for the fact that that nosebleed might have lasted us 20 minutes. So, fortunately, it has stopped. So, I can't guarantee that in the future, if I get one while on stream, it will do the same thing. But I live. Sometimes. I don't know. Fuck. Anyway, good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. What is all my freaks and people here? Woohoo! There we go. I am having an interesting weekend, as you may have noticed. But today is pretty exciting because today, at 3:00, so 3 2.5 hours from now? No, 3.5 hours from now. Net's edited Net's edit of our Q&A video is going up, which is very good. I'm very, very, very happy with it. He worked really hard on it. I have made some edits of my own on it, but like nothing like demeaning Net or anything. It was literally just like I forgot to ask about background music, so I've shoved some background music on it, and I put some I put an end card on. That's it. That's the extent of my edit to it, but that's like what he expects anyway. And then I have uploaded it. I had a bit of a like panic because my emo artist says on like the like post where I've purchased the emotes from, they said about like the emotes are for personal use and stuff, and like commercial comes under like prints and stuff. I like messaged them double checking if I can use them in like YouTube videos and stuff, and they haven't got back to me. So fingers crossed I'm allowed to do that without having to pay, but I will just pay if that's the case, but hopefully it's not a problem. Because it's a bit late if it is a problem. But yeah, so I had a bit of a like, I don't know if this video is going to go up when I plan it to kind of moment, but it's going up because realistically, like I messaged them like 2-3 days ago and they still haven't got back to me, so it's like whatever at that point, you know. Welcome, Jenny. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. You just missed an entire saga of my nose bleeding before stream. Yeah, I'm not ill, by the way. I mean, I don't think I am. I think I'm coming down with something. I had a banging migraine on Saturday, though, and I've, like, been, like, coughing a bit, so maybe I am coming down with something, actually. It's not very warm here in the UK at the minute. Winter is in full force at the minute, which is ridiculous, because, like, the temperature outside is, like, 40 degrees, and it's, like, you know, I like go outside and breathe like air and it's like all coming out frosty, so it's like, okay, what's going on with the like what's going on with the weather, you know, it's just a lot. No, did you walk into a wall before your coffee? No. I had my coffee. That might have not helped. I had my coffee. I just blew my nose. And I have a face full of piercings, so it's a recipe for disaster. Lol, it's like 6 degrees in Melbourne. I don't know, like centigrade? Oh, maybe that's quite cold, isn't it? I don't know. Temperature translations are weird. What was I saying? Yeah, so, yes, okay. That is quite cold. It's like, not, it's warmer than that here, but it's like freezing. My hands are so sore, dude. They swell up so much when it gets cold. It's awful. Yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, Net's video goes up later. It's on the main YouTube channel if you want to go view it. Please do. He worked really hard on it. I want him to get some support on that. All his links are in the description of that video as well. The other part of it I want to talk about is, like, obviously the video is, like, filmed on the previous background. I'm not, like, declaring anything on that because as far as I was concerned, it was, like, original art. So, just be aware that that's why it was filmed on that originally. I'm not changing it, okay? It's, you know, future videos won't be on that background. We all know that. We all know that. Actually, that's not true. Our 2-year clip bursary will go up and that will probably have some of it in it, but that's just like, you know, clips from the year. So yes. Lol, everything in Australia is really hot. We live all the way down south. It's effing freezing here. Ow. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't get that hot here, but it's like, it's really like muggy here. Like, we live in Cornwall, right? Cornwall's like, the best way I could describe it, it's like the Florida of the UK, where it's like the air is like thick when it's like any temperature. So it's kind of like, it feels very moist to breathe. Mold is quite a common issue. That's all shit, you know. yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so this video goes up later. I also uploaded a TikTok at the weekend, another one that Net made for us. I just hadn't got round to uploading it, which was my bad, but it's been put up. And TikTok has shadow banned me again. Which, to be honest, I'm not like, I don't think there's a lot of things I can do about that. I don't think my content, like, is deemed appropriate for all ages. And I think TikTok knows that. So I think what ends up happening is, like, a lot of the stuff I post just doesn't get sent out even to people that, like, follow me. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Like, some of the people, like, people did see it, but it's definitely, like, the ratings are definitely noticeable, which is like insane to me because it's such a like great video. And I'm like, this deserves so much more recognition than it's getting, which is such a shame. But like, there's literally nothing I can do because it'll deem like the content like sensitive, I guess, which sucks. But yeah, no, I don't know what I can do about that. It's one of those things where it's like, because, like, the last time it happened, I was able to, like, take it down and then re-upload it, and it was fine that time. So I don't know why it's, like, this one I'm just a bit like, if I do that, it's not really gonna help, I don't think. But yeah, which is a shame. That's Queensland and Australia. Oh, okay. It feels moist to breathe, Jasper 2025, bro. Ew, she said the word. I'm sorry. Which word? Vegemite? But goodness. No voice. Welcome on, it's Myron. Good to see you. Good to see you. There's a tool to find out if your TikTok stuff is being shadow banned. I had to use it before and it helped a bunch. Yeah, I remember you sending it to me. I keep meaning to like use it and I just don't get around to it. I just like just the way I like my cakes. Dude, who doesn't like, who the fuck likes a dry cake? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope this isn't an innuendo, but like, who doesn't who doesn't like a good, like, moist cake? That would be a great tool. It is a great tool. Maybe sent it to me a while ago. I just haven't got around to using it. I copped a ban once because man rod is a thing. Apparently, oh no, oh no, oh no. Yeah. I don't really know what's going on with it. To be honest, I think I always knew that my content on TikTok would be kind of sensitive anyway because, like, our content like on Twitch is like 18 plus, right? So like I tend to just say 18 plus things, and that tends to be the majority of the clips tends to be like not safe for work stuff. So it was always gonna be like a bit of a hassle uploading like TikToks and stuff. The problem is like there's not much I can do about it. Obviously the funniest clips are the ones I upload, and they just all happen to be like 18 plus, which sucks, but what can you do? What can you do? What was I saying? Yeah, it's gonna get worse as well. That's the problem. Like, I'm having to address this now. It's gonna get worse. I don't think my viewer ratings are gonna be at all good for a couple years. Because I'm labeled as 18 plus, especially on Twitch. Ofcom, as you guys know, is like coming into place, like in full force, like kind of soon. On Twitch, that is. It's already been in place in most things in the UK, but like it's really coming hard on like Twitch soon. Twitch and TikTok, it'll happen. I'm not against it because, you know, especially for Twitch streaming, that's kind of like what the ideal situation for this should be. It should be like doing shit for streaming. It should be protecting not only like children, but like the content creators, because, you know, we can get into a shitload of trouble for like posting stuff that's 18 plus and then like not declaring it. Which is why my content is always labeled 18 plus for various reasons. So it's good for that. It just means that I'm in like a bit of a predicament because obviously like it won't be long now before Twitch starts like requiring people to verify their age on here to watch my streams. I can't in good faith like take the requirements off. It's the truth of it. It's there for my protection as well as like children's protection. I'm trying to look at it like that. So I'm like, it's not a great system, but it's necessary. But at the same time, I'm very aware that it is going to affect my streams. Like, it's going to come down pretty hard on my streams, which sucks. But I can't do anything about it. And realistically, I wouldn't anyway. So just be aware, guys. I don't know if it's come into place already or if it's like coming into place kind of soon, but I've received a heads up about it, so yeah. I did wonder how long it would take, because when Ofcom came into place, I was like, it's weird that it doesn't affect Twitch. And then suddenly recently they're like, oh, it's gonna affect like Twitch soon, and I was like, oh, okay, about time. So yeah. I posted a video of my cat once titled "Pissed Off Pussy" and it never showed up on TikTok. Oh no! It's very hard to find. It only showed itself to me after I messaged them asking why they were stopping my videos from not being seen. They said they weren't, and then suddenly a notification about this tool. Very cool. I wonder why. Yeah, it is weird. I think it's like a lot to do with like their bots will be on there like automatically like deeming what can be pushed out and what shouldn't be. So OnlyFans, no, Ofcom. I mean, if you're affiliate, you'll have to have proven your ID age anyway, so it should be good to go. Yeah. YouTube is the same. When Ofcom started coming into place, I was like, it's not really going to affect me anyway, because I had to declare my ID and age on YouTube pretty much the second I started like doing content creation, because in order to post links in the descriptions to offsites, and so if I was linking to like Twitch or like Etsy or something for credits and stuff, I had to declare my ID, I guess because I could be sending malicious links in my description, I don't know. But I had to declare it like a long time ago, and this was before Ofcom was a thing, so it's already been like confirmed on there. I'm fine. My age is verified on there as far as I'm concerned. And obviously with Twitch, I did wonder if the reason I didn't see anything was because when you become affiliate, in order to get paid, you have to declare a lot of legal documents, and in that, obviously, your age comes up. And fortunately, you know, I had that all set up anyway, so it shouldn't affect me too much on that, but it will affect my audience who maybe aren't affiliate streamers, and you know, it's gonna suck. It's gonna really push my content as well, because I'm gonna start getting like quite limited, I think, in viewer ratings and stuff, which sucks. But let's face it, like, I don't really stream for like viewership. It's just a nice thing to have. It's just more like I stream for entertainment value, I guess. I just want people like to talk to while I play video games. That's kind of why I was doing it. Yeah. My friend Heather and I have been trying to... Hang on. My friend Heather and I have been trying to convince Rod to start an OnlyFans where he cleans house in an apron. Yes, just an apron. And occasionally turns to the camera and says things like, has anyone told you today that you're amazing? That is a great idea. Rod, you should definitely do that. It's not the place yet. It's not in place yet. They have not yet confirmed exactly how they're going to roll it out. I think it's the same with, like, Steam as well. Steam is really done themselves in recently with the age verification thing, because they're trying to, like, implement it in a way where people don't have to show their ID, which I think is, like, really sweet of them, but the way they're doing it is through credit cards, and most people and most Gen Zers in the UK don't have a credit card, because it's the one thing you're advised from like a young age. It's like, don't fall into the trap of like credit. And I've never had a credit card. I will never have a credit card. I've been credit checked, I think, once, and yeah, my credit score is like good, but it's like I've never needed a credit. I've never had like Because I remember this was the conversation I had when I was like looking to buy a house originally, and people were like, I was like, I have no credit history, and people are like, you're fucked then, and I was like, but why would I? And they're like, have you never like bought a phone on credit? Like, have you never had like a phone like where you buy a phone and then like you pay monthly towards like paying off that phone? And I was like, no, I've just paid for my phone straight up. Oftentimes I had like secondhand phones from my mum, so it was like I was on pay as you go for like majority of my life, and now I have like I pay like a subscription to phone providing service, like a SIM card, and I get a certain amount of like data a month, that kind of thing. So like I've never had a credit history, and so we were really concerned when I was like looking to buy a house that I would have no credit history. And then I spoke to an associate about it when I was like trying, and they said like, oh no, you have a credit score because you're on the electoral like poll service, which I don't know if I am anymore because we kind of fucked up on it when we moved. But like I have like I'm registered to vote is the short of that. So if I'm registered to vote, it gives you a credit history for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. And so my credit score was good because I've never used it, and it's just like accumulated over the years. It probably has gone down like slightly now because I've moved house, obviously. And like in order to move house, they have to do like hard credit checks and stuff. So yeah, balls boiling the kettle again. But yeah, so I've never needed a credit card. So Steam's like whole thing of like a credit card being necessary to like verify your age is such a stupid idea. I know it's temporary just until they like find a better solution, but it's like Jesus Christ, like like of all the things, like it's like yeah, it's bad that like we have to show our IDs, but at least most people have one of those. So yeah. um He'd make a killing, he would. Yes, he would. He would. He would. I think the way I've heard it is worded is the restrictions are based on the streamer, not the viewers. I hope not. I think it, if anything, I think it just means that people can't chat to me if they haven't verified their age. I think that's all it's like affecting. But that's not really like helping in the engagement sense. And also like I mean, I don't think we get like viewership count when someone's not like signed in or anything, so I don't think it like really makes a difference, but it's just a bit sucky that you know people aren't going to be able to talk unless they show their ID, which is like I don't want people to have to do that to watch my streams. I know it's not like affecting the streams, it's like I like talking. But yeah, it sucks, but it's necessary. But like this was kind of the point of it, was like so that like I think someone said online like that it was kind of to brought into place to like help with TikTok streaming, like live streaming on TikTok. Like kids do that to earn money, and it's like why? Oh well, I don't know enough about it. I really don't. I can't really comment on it, but it is something I have to comment on because it does obviously affect me as a streamer in the UK. So I think it's necessary to be like, hey, like you like maybe join like social media, like maybe join my Discord, and like you know you can't like use the Discord without being verified for the 18 plus channels, but you can read the like stream notifications without being verified. So that's the only platforms I've got my ID verification on. Obviously, like YouTube, it was so I could post links. With Twitch, it was so I could get paid. But then Discord was the only one I had to do it just because they required it. Like Discord was literally the only one that, because like I don't even have problems with like Spotify. Spotify hasn't like, I don't know if it's just because my app is like kind of bogus. It does like it's an official app, but it just like doesn't work half the time. So like I don't know if that's just why I haven't like had like the ID verification for certain songs come into place. Like I can still listen to Falling in Reverse no problem at the minute. I don't know how long that's gonna last for. But Discord, it locked me out of the 18 plus channel, which meant that I then had to shut down the 18 plus channel for, I think it was like 12 hours. I don't think it was even that long. Mina, obviously, like, being one of my moderators, offered to, like, moderate it for me, but I was like, it just, like, doesn't sit right with me that I can't access it. But then I just verified my thing on there and it was fine, so yeah. But it did suck for a bit that I couldn't, like, access that, and that did affect, like, my day. Because I, like, found out, like, just as I was going to bed one evening, and my ID was in my wallet in my bag downstairs. And I was, like, comfy in bed. I was like, I'm not fucking getting up to, like, go and scan my ID right now, so. I'm charging £300 per month subscription. I mean, people would pay it, dude. Like, someone would pay it. I guarantee you. Credit scores are such BS. In the US, they give out credit cards to kids like candy. They convince students to take them for emergencies and to build your credit score, because in the US, it would affect your credit history if you don't have a credit card. Yeah, in the UK, it's like, you're, like, raised in UK culture very much, like, in the don't ever get a credit card unless you need it. It's a trap, it's a scam, like, don't do it. It's like, you know, it's not really necessary until you're older anyway. And then you get to, like, an age where you could be, like, starting to consider moving out. And then suddenly everyone's like, do you have a credit card? And it's like, no. Because I was told my entire life not to have one. And then, like, then they're like, well, you need one. You should have had one. You should have been building a credit score for years so you can get a house and shit. And it's like, hang on a minute. How does this work? But then I something like, because I talked to my coworkers about this, and it was all the same, like, argument of, like, you should have had a credit card by now. Or, like, had, like, to buy a phone on credit or something. Like, you should have done that by now. And I hadn't. No one knew that, like, if you were on the voting register, you had a credit history. So, like, no one knew that. So when I was told by the bank, and I told everyone else, they're like, oh, that makes sense. It's like, okay, so, like, the idea that we get pressured into credit cards is completely pointless. I've never needed one. I probably should have had one. But I'm in a very fortunate position where I have enough savings to, like, get me out of shit creek if I, like, really run into problems. But, like, Paul's had a credit card. I can't talk too much about this, but Paul's had a credit card, and it's, like, you know, it's obviously, like, you know, a bit of a, like, heavy trap to fall into. So, yeah, it's not something that... It's something I was considering when I moved, like, because I was like, oh, furniture and stuff. But then I was like, actually, realistically, it's going to affect my credit score more to get a credit card than it is to not. One advice I was given that I will pass on to all of you, though, is that if you do ever get a credit card, make sure you get one that's free, because there's so many free, like, credit card options. Don't get one where you have to pay a certain amount a month for it. Like, don't do that, because there are options where you can get free ones, so don't bother. But, like, yeah, it's not something I know anything about. Also, it's like American Express, like, a credit card, or is it just, like, a debit and credit card? Because American Express is, like, so funny to me down here, because down here most places don't take it. Cornwall's, like, the highest poverty rating in the UK. So, like, no one down here has it unless they're, like, not from here. If you're from here, you don't have a, like, American Express card, and a lot of places don't take them. And I was in the post office the other day, and they had quite a big sign saying, like, we accept American Express here. And I was like, who the fuck is coming down and using American Express? But I suppose all the, like, tourists come down and use, like, their American Express cards to, like, send postcards to their family up country. But, like, when I worked at KFC, the amount of times we had people come in the summer asking, like, they would just slap their card down on the machine, and I'd be like, oh, it doesn't work, try again. And they try again. I'd be like, do you have another card? And they're like, oh, yeah, I guess. I don't know why it doesn't work though. And I was like, what kind of card is it? And they're like, oh, it's an American Express. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's why it doesn't work. I was like, we don't accept American Express. They're like, oh, but the KFCs up country do. And I'm like, yeah, but we're in Cornwall. It costs us too much to facilitate an American Express card. It's just not doable. I hate it. Australia is the same as the UK. That's good. They really aren't great idea. They're a great option in Australia for home loans where having credit card is actually beneficial. In Australia, it's mainly Visa and MasterCard. Most places don't accept American Express. Yeah, it's the same here, like, or at least down in Cornwall it is. Dude, you know what? Actually, I think this is a funny topic. I thought American Express was like owned by Pizza Express, and I thought they were like the same business for years. I think it's just the same name. I was like, oh, fancy pizza chain, fancy like credit card. Just a funny story. But yeah, no, like home loans in the UK, it's you would be on a credit like anyway, because you'd be paying off a certain amount a month every month anyway. So yeah. I also hate, like, I've talked about this before, but the idea of like home loans is so stupid here in Cornwall. I can fully like facilitate buying a home, right? And paying off a certain amount a month, and then also having someone like cover the bills and stuff, because I have a second party, but they don't count them unless they're on the mortgage with you. And at the time, and this is why we ended up not buying a house. At the time, Paul wasn't really in a position to go on a house like mortgage with me. Keep in mind, we were like relatively in a new relationship at this point, so it was like not really a great idea to put him on the mortgage. And so he didn't want that pressure, and I didn't want him to have that pressure. Welcome, Net. Good to see you. Good to see you. Net redeem drink. Don't thank you, Net. I will drink to that. Lol, I used to work in banking. Fairs. Yeah, no, it was just not a smart idea for us to get like a home loan together after barely being together for like a year at that point. So it was like not really feasible. But it meant that despite the fact that like we could probably show evidence of our paychecks and say like, hey, we can like facilitate this because he'll be paying the like bills and stuff and I'll be paying the like mortgage, and that was how we were gonna split it. It just didn't work out like that. And the bank were like, no, we're not going to accept that. And he had to talk to several different people, and the thing towards the end was I was advised to investigate further, and I did. And then he just kind of turned around and was like, yeah, I don't think this is doable. And once we kind of accepted that it wasn't an option for us to get a mortgage together, I think we literally were like, okay, renting. We were like already on like in the process of like getting a house within a couple months. Like we were pretty much from the decision of like, okay, mortgage is a no-go, to like let's rent a place. Literally took like maybe a month, maybe 2 months. And suddenly we were like approved to come in here, and then we were just waiting for like I can't remember what it was, but we were waiting for ages to get the like confirmation back from our like checks and stuff. And there was a bit of a like wobble for a bit, like based on like previous like tenancy and stuff. I can't go into too much detail without giving away personal information, but like there was a bit of a wobble for a bit and we weren't sure if it was going to work out. And then everything went through on Paul's side, no problem. My side took fucking forever. And it was so annoying. But I guess that's because like there isn't much history on me, because I've never had a like credit card or anything, and I've never like lived anywhere but my parents. So like finding information was like really hard. I had to get my boss to like agree to like sign a bit of paper saying like that I was actually who I was saying I was and stuff, and they never called him. They just took forever to do it because they switched like offices like 2 or 3 times. And then they were like, okay, you can move in April 1st. I don't think we actually did move in till like a month later. It was so stupid. We were so cross about it. But that's why we're not sure, like, we need our 6 months inspection here kind of soon. We're at 5 months now. Next month it will be 6 months. We have not heard a single thing. So we're like not 100% sure if like we're gonna be allowed to stay or not. I'm really scared that we're not, because trying to find another home at the minute is just like asking for trouble. Yeah. Our like bills went up. Our like electricity went up and we weren't really sure why. Turns out peak time, I don't know if anyone else in the UK experiences this, like peak times, like we were running our electricity and stuff from like 9 p.m, right? Because that's when peak time ends, usually, right? And they like charge you less after 9 p.m. So we were doing that. And then we emailed them because our bills went up, and they're like, oh no, it's from like midnight. And then we also found out today that they're not even like stopping the like high charges from midnight. They're stopping it at 1 a.m. It's not doable. So we're in talks with I hate EDF. Don't go with EDF, guys. We didn't get a choice. We had to, because it was like who our our landlord was set up with before we like moved in. I'm just grateful we don't have one of those card systems, but like managing your bills on like a card machine is so much easier, from what I've been told. Card machine, is that what they're called? I don't know what they're called. I've never lived somewhere that needed one, but like it's like an electric key where you like put it into like your electric reader, and like when it runs out of money you have to take it out and take it to local like corner shop and then put money on it so that you get like electricity for the month. I don't know if that's a thing in the UK or something. No, it's a thing in the UK. I don't know if it's still a thing elsewhere. Usually they're put in place by like the council like insisting you have to have one because of like failed to pay like bills and stuff, and then they force it on you. But like I was like, if we get in a rental that's got one of those card things, I think it won't be a bad thing, because it would help us keep track of our like bills a lot better. But no, we don't have one. I wish we did though, because EDF are like fucking us over right now. We will change when we get the option, but right now we don't, because they're like I said, we've only been in here 5 months, so I think we've got like a year contract with them, which sucks. So they're just gonna like rake us for all we've got, and then we're gonna switch over. The way it works down here is you have an option to do an offset account against your home loan. So for every day that you have money sitting in that account, it's acting like you've paid it off the loan, but you still have access to your money. So basically people live on a credit card, pay it off once a month just before they get paid, then it maximizes how much money is sitting against your loan and reduces the amount of interest you pay significantly. That's not a terrible system. That sounds like kind of a good idea. I don't know. It's like essentially you've got a sinking fund, but that sinking fund is coming out your like house payment. Is essentially what that means. Yeah, I've never needed one. I don't know why we like are still talking about this. I need to play the game. I need to pee though. And hopefully when I get back I won't have had another nosebleed. We don't have that in Australia. You can move your electricity to whatever provider you want, so the prices are pretty competitive. I'm not 100% sure, actually, if we have to wait a year. We haven't looked into it, to be honest. But it's like a hassle to set it up. So it's just like, yeah, we can switch over, and we've got a like, I think it's a recommendation code from like my dad for their energy provider, so we might just switch to them, but we just don't know, like we don't know if we can right now or if we have to wait for a year. So once we kind of work it out, because we worked out very quickly why our energy was like so high. This is just electricity, by the way. Our gas is like 5p an hour to run, right? But our electricity for some reason doubled like overnight. And we were like, what the fuck? This is like insane. And yeah, they turned around and they're like, oh, here's your like statistics. And we're like, why is peak time so high? And then we're like, oh shit, it's not running from when we thought it was. That's not a problem. We go to work at 2 a.m. So it's like we will wake up and then we just turn on like the washing machine and the dishwasher at 2 a.m. It's not a problem. But then we found out that they also weren't going off that. They were going from 1 a.m. It's like, hang on, okay, you guys need to like sort your shit out because we should not be paying this much, and you're just like being cunts about it. But like from what I've been told as well, EDF is like really scummy anyway. So, but then also we bought a dehumidifier because the mold conditions in this house were getting like unlivable. We were both like coughing quite badly. We were getting all sorts of problems from like the amount of mold in here. And it is purely just because the like kitchen floor is concrete. It's no insulation on it, so it's like really cold. So in the night, it like all that water just collects. So we got a dehumidifier and we put it in, and it was filling up overnight. We'd leave it overnight. It was full by the morning, right? And then recently, when the winter came in, it just stopped filling, and it was only going like half full, which was great because that meant it worked, right? And then we found out how much it was costing us to run it. So, at least to say we don't use the dehumidifier as much anymore, but we need to use it for maintenance. But it's all right to like leave alone. The house isn't gonna like sink into an infestation of mold. Yeah, and I get a lot of comments from people, well, like in my real life, like being like, "Why don't you just use one of those like cheapy like plastic ones where it's like a mold trap, like a water trap, where it's like it's just like a container with like I think like nappy beads, and then like all the water gets sucked in and like it just like collects in like a little bucket at the bottom, and they're disposable." I'm like, well, for one, we'll put one of those like downstairs and it will be full by the next day, right? And two, they're not great for the environment because they're disposable. So I was like, I would rather just get an electric one and then like make sure we're getting it right. Dude, that's insane. That's so humid. I live in Cornwall. It's very humid here. Very, very humid. Yeah. Time for lunchies. Be back soon. Okay, Mimi, have fun with lunchies. Rod and I were looking for houses as roommates. Then we started dating, lol. And they were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. We don't have that in Australia. You can move your electricity. Oh yeah, no, I got that. That being said, I'll ask. Gas bill was $900. Dude, my like rent, gas, electric, water, Wi-Fi total doesn't even cost that much. But then again, the UK is like, it's not cheaper, but like our like incomes are not like as high as like the bills, so I don't know how to explain that. £450 just on gas. That's insane. That's like not far off like what we pay rent. It's a few hundred off what we pay rent, but well, split that is. That was heading over winter. Heating. Yeah. We haven't had the heating on in this house very much. We are now, but like I said, our gas price is only like 5p an hour at the minute. Lol, our rent is $2,100 a month. What the shit? Wait, what does that translate to in British pounds though? That's Australian dollars, isn't it? That's ridiculous. That's not even like, just on a number scale, that's not even what I earn a month. 1,050 pounds exactly. Oh yeah. Yeah, £1,100. Dude, that's like £300 of what I earn a month. That's crazy. I suppose this is the thing with the UK though, it's like, oh, like incomes are like lower than like the cost of living, but the cost of living is quite significantly high here. But like that's insane. That's insane. Like your rent alone costs that much is crazy. I think our rent here is like £800 a month. But like that's and then that's split between two people. Crazy. We're very fortunate because we live in like a house that isn't like desirable. So our rent is like cheaper than it would be anywhere else in Cornwall because Cornwall's prices are like ridiculous. Why poverty is so high here because the cost of like renting here is so considerably like high compared to like what we earn. We're phasing out gas in Australia for electric and renewable energy. Oh, so that's why it's so expensive. That makes sense. They were trying that in the UK for a bit. I know my dad switched over to like solar panels recently, but here it's like they want to encourage like renewable energy, but the infrastructure is not really there, and the funds tend to go towards like cost of living at the minute. For a giant house so she can have 2 rooms for a craft hoarding. Bruh, call out much. I have an office. It's like the box room. You could barely fit a bed in here anyway. But like, we have a 3-bed house technically. But it's like a narrow house because it's a townhouse. My job is pretty well paid, but also Melbourne is expensive. Wages are really, really good. That makes sense. We could pay a little less, but I have a fabric addiction. Fairs. I like here it's like the cost of living in Cornwall compared to the wages. The minimum wage barely covers like living expenses here in Cornwall. But like I can't talk about this very much because I've got like no concept of money. But like I know that the cost of living in Cornwall is like considerably higher than like what we earn. And I earn night wage because I work night shifts. I'm quite content with working night shifts. I don't work my job for money. I work my job so I leave the house. But like not because I'm like well off. I'm not well off enough, right? Where I'm not I found out recently I'm not eligible for disability benefits because I have savings over a certain threshold, which means I'm not viable for like things like universal credit and stuff, which isn't a problem because I'm not filling out the fucking paperwork for that. But like because I'm autistic, technically speaking, I should be eligible for what would be like PIP, which is like personal independence payments, which is basically disability in the UK. But it's like considered the highest, like it's considered the lowest fraudulent rate because they just don't approve people for it. Like they're like, we've got a zero, literally zero. It's a 0% fraudulent rate, right? You can't like fraud PIP because PIP is like they deny it for everything. And then if you challenge it in court, they'll approve it. It's so weird. It's so pointless. They're really like demeaning about it. So it needs an overhaul, but I'm not eligible for it anyway because I have savings. Which does worry me slightly if ever I have to like stop working because of my autism, which I was considering for a while recently, but not a problem. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break and then we'll get back and we'll go straight into Portal 2. Average income in Melbourne is £45,000. I don't know what that equates to. Like, I don't even think I earn like half of like the cut off. Yeah. I think I earn like less than 20,000 a year. Anyway, I will be RB. Damn, my lunchtime entertainment has left. I'm back. I wonder if Jasper is a folder or a scruncher. Well, it depends on what. Oh fuck, I need to sort out that fucking timing. I have no idea what you're referring to. What? Oh my god, £3,750 a month ish. Dude, that's like double, like easily double, if not like coming up to triple of my income. I don't earn a lot. I get a lot of benefits with my job, but it's like I'd rather just have the money, mate. A scruncher. I don't know if I can be friends with the scruncher, whether you fold toilet paper or scrunch it up. I fold it, obviously. I'm not just saying that, by the way. I literally just, when you like unravel it from a roll, you like wrap it around your hand. Why would I scrunch it? Just asking for like a hard edge to like cut, you know? I'm just, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a folder. Dude, who the fuck scrunches? I'll like fold and then I'll fold again and I'll fold again. Okay. Autistics unite. Dude, it's just asking for sensory problems to like scrunch. She's edging. No. Not a single autistic person scrunches. I don't know anyone that scrunches. Who the fuck scrunches? Bruh. Anyway, I got lunch, by the way. That's why it took so long. So my noodles are not... But they're not noodles. I've gone for like pasta, like macaroni and cheese pasta sauce, but like it's not like dissolving very well. Oh, there we go. Picking it up. I don't know if you can hear it. Ew. I'm so sorry. Gross. Grim. Okay, well. Bon apple teeth. I have no idea how this is gonna taste. I've never bought this stuff before. Alright. ASMR. I got leftover pasta. Let's go. Oh, why have I like changed the sound? But I'm. Oh my god, I love mac and cheese. Me too. But I bought the like instant pot, the bachelor's pasta and sauce mac and cheese. I usually go for like chicken noodles or like cup noodles, like seafood one. Those are like my two favorites. But I just bought this one just to give it a go. It was like 80p, so. I do. What the fuck, Rod? Oh, what pasta cruise? Straight up, there is nothing like more comforting than pasta. I got like Halloween pasta for like October, and my kids are so excited. Now I want mac and cheese. I'll probably end up having mac and cheese again later as well. We have leftover strog for dinner. What the fuck is strog? Like stroganoff? I don't even know what that is either. I'm still not giving the sound effect. What the shit? There you go. Sorry. I've also got an ulcer on my corner of my mouth. I like bit the corner of my mouth the other day, right? And then it like healed and I didn't get an ulcer and I was like, this is great. And then I bit it again yesterday and I got an ulcer. I'm really cross because I've got no like mouthwash here. I use Corsidil. If anyone else like gets like chronic mouth ulcers, don't ask me why I get it. My mom told me when I was younger that like I've got like oral, like I've got like that oral like, not STD, but you know the one? I don't know what it's called. She told me it's that, like, the lifetime long one. Like with cold sores, it's that viral, like, permanent viral infection. Except it's not the cold sore one, it's just the mouth ulcer. My mum told me I had that when I was younger. And then we found out later that it was likely just due to, like, genetic, like, chronic, like, just susceptibility to it and nothing to do with, like, a mouth infection. Herpes? Yeah, that's the one. It feels so wrong to say, like, there's no shame in having it, but, like, I don't think it is that because I've never transferred it to anyone. Like, not that I've tried, I would like to stress that, I'm very careful about it, but, like, from what I know, none of the boyfriends I've ever had have ever, like, gotten mouth ulcers. Ignore the Stream Elements message, there's nothing on that wish list. I'm not, like, removing it, because, like, the throne will be used again, it's just, like, a case of, like, there's nothing on it at the minute. Not for a long time. But yeah, I think it's herpes. Which always feels, like, a bit, like, it's always a hard one to have to explain to people, like, especially when I was younger, I was like, hey, I might have, like, oral herpes, but it's, like, not really. But then I've never transferred it, so I don't know. I can't use Corsidil, or however it's spelled. Yeah, no, Corsidil. It burns the hell out of my mouth and makes it very, very sore. One, make sure you're getting the alcohol-free one. And two, that's the point. It's basically, like, really, like, antiseptic mouthwash. It's agonizing, I will give you that, especially when you're using it on, like, mouth ulcers and stuff. But I have to use it because it's the only thing that gets rid of the mouth ulcers, and I'd rather, like, you know, 5 minutes of pain for, like, you know, being cured of mouth ulcers, you know? Because when I've, like, sometimes, like, in the past when my, like, wisdom teeth came through, I had, like, I had mouth ulcers for, like, nearly
Congratulations! The simple fact that you're
2
standing here
weeks.
listening to me means you've made a glorious contribution to science. As founder and CEO of Aperture Science, I thank you for your participation and hope we can count on you for another round of tests. We're not going to release this stuff into the wild until it's good and damn ready, so as long as you keep yourself in top physical form, there will always be a limo waiting for you. Say goodbye, Carolyn.
Goodbye, Carolyn.
She is a gem.
What was I saying? Yeah, no, in the past, like, when I had, like, an ulcer at the back of my mouth because a wisdom tooth came through and was, like, rubbing on my gum, I had it for, like, 2 weeks at that point, right? And I refused to use Corsidil. The second I used Corsidil, it was gone the next day. And, like, pretty much every mouth ulcer I've had since is, like, it gets manageable by using it. And I know it's, like, agonizing to use, like, Corsidil, but yeah. Me too, you can get the non-alcoholic ones so they don't burn as much. Yeah. The ones with alcohol are fine, but Corsidil really hurts. I hope you don't put it on your tongue, because that does really hurt. Herpes is a description of a symptom that can occur for many different types of chronic infections, and they're not all infections. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think it is that, though. It might be. I mean, to be fair, a doctor told my mum, like, years ago, but then recently they were like, oh, no, that's not what it is. So I don't know. I've never been tested. Or at least I have been tested for, like, something. I don't remember. Hmm. Oh, I see. That could have been bad. Jesus Christ. I thought that was like, oh my god. Jesus. I almost just walked straight out. Jesus Christ. What's up there? The next level. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Right, so... Oh, I see, okay. Oh. Okay, slight miscalculation. It's like when people went crazy about AIDS when it was first recognized. Herpes is very misunderstood. Yeah, I think that's just the truth of it. I don't know if I do have it though. I just know that I've got like chronic mouth ulcers. I've never had a cold sore though. I've looked into getting tested, but never got anywhere with it. And we all know how, like, funny my GP is about testing me for shit. Glory. Oh, like Trump and his stupid Tylenol causes autism bullshit. Autism is a very different brain function. I hate when it's treated like the worst thing that could ever happen to a person. A diagnosis means you can now get help to manage your brain and not quite fitting into this normal world. I don't know if Trump is suitable for students. Yeah, maybe don't mention him by name, but I think it's an important topic to talk about though, because as someone who like lives in the UK, we don't get Tylenol. So like, what's his argument for that? I've got autism. I don't think my mother ever took Tylenol in her life. It's not something you get here in the UK, at least not in Cornwall. So like, stuck on that, man. Like, geez, like, I think it is important to talk about though, because yeah, people act like autism is like the worst thing. Like when I got diagnosed, right, and I turned around to people and I was like, oh, I just got diagnosed. Oftentimes the first thing out of people's mouths was, oh, I'm so sorry. It's like, why are you sorry? Like, sorry that it took so long maybe, but like, I'm happy. I'm perfectly happy. So like, don't worry about it, you know? Yeah, it's a bit upsetting, like, when people act like... It seems to be a very American thing, to be honest. I know it's not just in America, but Americans seem to, like, be so... Like... It just seems to be, like, really dismissive. I mean, I've had people come up to me a lot recently, without, you know, knowing that I've got autism or being diagnosed with autism, and saying that, like, their kid has, like, 40 ADHD. I'm not a doctor, I've never met their kids, so I'm not qualified to say if they do or they don't. But what I find interesting is that I'm meeting more people that have been, like, who suspect they've got some, like, they've got, or they know someone that's got, like, ADHD, and I'm over here like, I don't have ADHD, I'm just autistic. And it's like not fun. And I don't want people to ever think that, like, it is my entire mock-up. I think this is important to talk about. It's my entire mock-up, right? Like, my entire being is autism, right? It involves the entirety of my personality, the way I navigate the world, the way I speak, the way I eat. Like, it affects everything, right? It's not a life sentence, but it's a life sentence, if that makes sense. It's not something that's ever going to go away. It's not something that's caused by any medication, any vaccines, you know, anything that my mother did when I was like in the womb, you know. What it was caused by is my dad. My dad has ADHD. So it was gonna be like a 50-50 toss up whether I had any of those conditions, right? As is with most of your like parental like genetic conditions, right? It's not a death sentence. But like it's not, it's a bit of a tough one to kind of navigate because on the one hand, like I have a platform in which I can do, like, I want to do a lot with being autistic. I want to use my platform eventually to like kind of expand people's minds maybe more about the topic of autism and stuff, like, because that's what I think would be fulfilling for me. But the reality is it's not this horrible condition that like once you find out you've got, like, it's the end of the world, right? However, and yes, it does mean you can get help. However, a lot of the time, like, this sort of fear mongering about autism means that people don't get diagnosed early enough. And I've met so many parents that are like, I think my kid's got autism or ADHD, and I don't want to get them diagnosed because I don't think labeling's going to help them as they're growing up. Please don't do this. I'm not qualified. I'm not a parent. I am a parent, but like, I'm not a parent that can make these decisions, right? But like, the thing that frustrates me the most is like parents being really adamant about not getting their kids tested for these things. It's incredibly, incredibly hard to navigate your childhood, especially your teen years. Puberty is like, it can be like life or death for autistic people. And this is me speaking from an autistic perspective because I don't, like, they suspect that I've got ADHD traits, but not enough like concrete evidence to like get diagnosed. So I will only go off the fact that I've been diagnosed with autism. But it's really hard from my experience navigating your teen years, especially as an autistic individual. Things like a lot of big changes happen when you're, you know, 13, well, just from when you're 12 to like 18, right? And so on and so forth. And how, you know, you choose to, what you choose in those years, in those like teen years, can affect the rest of your life, right? I don't understand why everyone says like, oh, like, don't worry about making decisions when you're young, like you can change them later on. It's not that easy, especially in this day and age. And, you know, I mean, I think it's important to talk about mental health when you talk about these topics, but like, you know, I almost like, I'm right, just trigger warning, okay? I'm gonna talk about, you know, suicide right now. I almost didn't make it past 16, okay? The idea of changing schools and becoming independent and my GCSEs and just the like trauma that was like public school, it almost killed me, right? You know, and like I've talked about it in the past, like you know, I'm gonna also trigger warning, suicide comes with self-harm. I have self-harmed in the past, and more recently than I would care to admit, okay? Navigating life is really hard, okay? Especially when you're like on, it's hard enough for like neurotypical people. When you're on the like neurodiverse spectrum, right? It's a lot harder to like navigate, okay? Really important. And this is why I always encourage parents to get their kids tested if they even suspect, because it might be the difference between that child making it to adult life. Okay? Telling parents that is really hard, but it might be the difference, you know? And getting people to understand that is difficult because I've had like people in my like day-to-day life recently, right? They've read my personalized diagnostic validation report, right? Which is an 11-page document that tells in detail the reasons that my psychiatrist, was it psychiatrist? I don't know. My psychiatrist thinks that I have ADHD. It's the document that they write when they diagnose you with autism, right? It labels all the reasons that the psychiatrists that diagnosed me with autism think that I've got autism, right? It's very detailed, it's very specific, and it goes into a lot of really, really, really hard topics, okay? People I'm close-ish to have asked to read it, and I'm quite happy for people to read it because I think it's important for people to understand me from a perspective of, like, maybe what goes on behind the scenes. But what I found is that the people that have read it have turned around and gone, it was really hard to read. Because, of course, something I forget is that it details quite heavily on the struggles I had as a teenager. And a lot of that is, like, suicidal ideation, self-harm, eating disorders, you know? And it's those things, and this isn't even stuff that affected me just as a teenager. I wish I could sit here and be like, I'm an adult, things got better. They didn't, okay? It's something I will struggle with for my entire life. But like when you're a teenager, it seems like the world is like everything matters when you're a teenager, right? That pressure is like across the board. When you're neurodiverse, that can be a huge difference between life and death. So this whole fear mongering that seems to be going on with the like Tylenol stuff is really harmful because it's driving that idea to people that if they suspect that like kids having like, you know, these problems, that it's a death sentence. It's the difference between like them having a normal life and being like permanently disabled, because everyone thinks that autism is this horrible condition that will never give you any quality of life, and it's not. And I really wish I could sit here and say like autism doesn't affect my life and it's all sunshine and rainbows, but it's not. Okay, it's really not. It's not a nice condition to have, and I really struggle talking about it because I want to be fair to like the side of me that's like, it's not like the end of the world and I don't want to add to the fear mongering, but at the same time, like I don't want people to think it's all special interests and like, you know, being unintentionally funny, you know? I don't want people to think it's just that because, you know, you guys were there when my special interest being supernatural, one of them, right? When I finally watched the end of that show, I cried for 2 days, you know? Like, it's, it can be a wonderful thing and it can be a horrible thing. And navigating that in general in your life is really hard. And when you're a teenager, it's so much harder because you're like getting independence and you're learning the world around you. And it can be life or death. And I mean that literally, right? It can be life or death getting your kids like diagnosed with autism or ADHD or any of the neurodiverse conditions like early enough that they can get help and support growing up. Because what you don't want to do is set in place like routines and ideas that will go into adulthood and may mean that they can't transition things properly, okay? So the Tylenol case is really harmful, but not just like autistics in general, but like I think it's adding to the fear mongering of like parents not getting their kids early enough. It's just my opinion on it. It's my opinion from a I don't want to say an educated point of view. Is that the right word? Or it's like a personal point of view? It's my opinion educated opinion. I don't know if that's the right wording. It's an opinion from the fact that I've grown up and I have autism, right? And anyone as well, because sometimes I get people say like, oh, you don't have autism or you don't seem autistic. It's like, hang on. Okay, I have been diagnosed. I can show you the documents. I will not show them on social media or anything. You guys will never see these documents because they have a lot of personal information. And by that I mean like just like my medical information, but like it's not something I'll ever share on here, but I do have documentation to prove that I've got it. So, you know, I think I am qualified, I guess, to talk about it, but like I'm talking from a perspective as someone who grew up struggling with autism and would have benefited very, very early on from a diagnosis. But I also live in the UK where diagnosis is the easiest thing to get hold of when I was younger, and also as I'm a girl biologically, like I was born female, I'm already at a disadvantage with the autism side of things because apparently girls can't have autism. That's a joke, by the way. It's paracetamol, is it? That's really weird. Now, if we're talking about Trump and getting get gas and guys, why my brain is way cooler than your normie brain, I know. My mom got me to pass All Cats Have Autism and get everyone in the family reunion to read it. Jesus Christ, the judgmental looks like normies. I have ADHD. See previous notes about craft hoarding. Yeah. It's different when your brain functions. Did I tell you I found out I had ADHD? No, you didn't. You are more than welcome to share. I'm glad Jasper is still here. Thank you, Mimi. Yeah, it was like, I had a rough upbringing, like, not from like an upbringing perspective, but like just trying to navigate like the teenage years as a like autistic girl in like an education setting. It's not easy. And also like, I only have like I've only been diagnosed with like level 1 autism. I don't agree with the leveling system because I think it completely disregards the fact that like someone with level 1 autism is going to have different visual and unvisual like issues with autism than someone who has level 3, and I don't want to disregard that. But at the same time, what they don't seem to grasp is that a level 3 autistic is more likely to have like long-term support with their issues and probably got diagnosed quite early on, whereas level 1, I've had to navigate my life without like support. And you know, most people with level 1 autism are at quite a considerably higher risk of suicide. Okay, so yeah, it's like I don't make up the autism spectrum, okay? Don't go off my experiences as like the whole, because realistically, I have it quite easy compared to like other people with autism. I'm very fortunate that I have the drive to like go out and, you know, work and like try to contribute to society, and I completely respect that not all autistic individuals have that. And I'm very grateful that I'm able to do that, and I will continue to work my hardest throughout my life to keep that momentum going, because burning out is not fun, and it can be the difference. Because you guys remember when I burnt out a few months ago? I had to like genuinely think about how I was going to like let people know in the stream community that I wasn't here anymore. That's not something that I think anyone ever wants to have to think about. And it's probably the only reason I kept going at the time, because I remember like distinctly thinking like, I can't myself right now. I've got stream on Monday. I've got a collab coming up on Friday. I remember genuinely thinking like that. It was the only thing that kept me going. But like I genuinely had to sit for a while and think like, how would I get like, how would people know that I just didn't just disappear? You know? I didn't want people to like hold on to this hope that I'd be back. And that genuinely kept me up at night. I like Jasper alive. Me too! Ditto, a living Jasper is awesome, thank you. Most people don't see the struggle. It is a struggle, but like, it's not a death sentence, okay? Like, it can be, but like, it doesn't have to be, you know? It's so hard navigating the world designed for normies when your brain has other ideas. After 42 years of having it figured out, I've developed many coping mechanisms that work for me. It doesn't make those struggles less hard. You know how to deal with it. Yeah. Well, okay, for a start, after Rod and I started dating, he kept suggesting I might have ADHD. I kept laughing it off, insisting that I didn't. The two things happened. My friend Danny is a psychologist, and I was having drinks with her, and I mentioned how funny is it Rod thinks I have ADHD, and she looks at me and she's like, oh, have you been diagnosed? My friend did that. My friend's a psychologist specializing in autism, and he literally, like, we were talking about it, and he's like, you haven't ever thought about being diagnosed? And I was like, well, yeah, but like, not really. Like, I was like, it's not easy. He's like, I know. And he really pressured me at the time, because at the time the waiting list was like 3 years. He really pressured me into doing it, and I didn't. And then Right to Choose came into effect, and I was diagnosed within like a year. So I'm very fortunate. But yeah, I get that feel. What was I saying? Yeah, another thing I really don't appreciate is like, I really hate it when people say, oh, everyone's got a bit of autism. Oh, everyone's a little bit autistic. Please stop saying that. Like, I genuinely, whenever someone says that to my face, I genuinely want to smash it in. It's like, genuinely, like, please don't say that. Because, for one, if everyone was a little bit autistic like you think, Karen, I wouldn't have such a hard time navigating the world, you know? Like, come off it. Like, I'm sorry, but if you genuinely think that everyone's a little bit autistic, why the fuck are, like, why does electricity buzz all the time? You know? Why can I hear my boiler 3 feet under me constantly? You know, why can I like not go into a public space without feeling like I'm literally gonna die? You know, can you like stop? Genuinely, no one would have to work, and if they did have to work, jobs would be like more accommodating, and I wouldn't have to like fight for the right to like work with headphones on, you know? Stop saying that everyone's a little bit autistic. If you think that you're a little bit autistic, get tested, or like maybe do some more research, because you'll find very quickly that not everyone's a little bit autistic. I appreciate that some people are trying to say it out of like support, and they're trying to be like, oh, I understand where you're coming from, but it's like, I'm sorry, but like, also, if you think you're a little bit autistic, if you think everyone's a little bit autistic because you might be a little bit autistic, by all means, like, explore that avenue. And I really do encourage people to look into it, because yes, everyone can have like potential traits that might link to autism. The difference being is how much of it you have, right? So like, some people might struggle with shyness, some people might struggle with like loud noises, some people might be a bit more sensitive to electrical sound. But the difference is that I'm struggling with all those things at once. And then also, like, I can't eat certain foods of a certain texture or temperature. I can't, like, go out the house without feeling like the world is caving in on me. I can't, like, notice, like, there's so many things. Like, I'm going off the basics, but it's like there's so many things that make the difference between, like, being a little bit autistic and being very autistic, okay? So, like, if you've ever said that, no shame on you, but don't say it anymore, okay? Yeah. Then I went on to a company retreat where my workmates were snorting coke. I've never snorted anything in my life. They were all encouraging me to join in, so I decided, what the hell, let's just have fun. And they asked how I felt, and I told them I felt so relaxed, it was great. God, my brain finally stopped talking after 3 million miles an hour. Yeah, like, it sucks. But, like, really don't recommend, like, taking the hard shit to make it easier, but... That's another thing. I got diagnosed, right? Immediately, my friend asked me, so what can you get for it? And I was like, in terms of what? And she's like, oh, like medication and stuff. I was like, what the fuck? None. I was like, literally the only exciting thing I've got from this is that I have a piece of paper saying how I feel. There is no medication I can take to make life easier. I can take medication for anxiety because I also struggle with generalized anxiety disorder, likely linked to the autism. But like, because I couldn't tell you if I'd have anxiety with or without the autism. But like, I'm on like 50 milligrams of sertraline, right? I don't think that's enough, but I'm too shy to message my doctors and ask for more. And I've been on that for years. That was the difference between me being able to like function in a workplace and me like not being able to function in a workplace. Like that's how much of a difference it made. However, you know, it's like dampening. It's basically dampening my like emotional processing, which, you know, I struggle with as is with autism. But then like not helping, but it means that like I can navigate my life slightly easier. I just sometimes feel like I've got no personality on most days. But the shit-eating grin I had on that day from movie super out of space is very good. It's your husband. I'm trying to eat my food because it's going kind of cold, sorry. I do think it's important to have these discussions, though. I just think it's really sad recently, like, seeing all the, like, Tylenol stuff coming out. And I'm sorry if this is considered political by anyone, but I think it's really important that I talk about it from being, like, from a perspective of being an autistic person in the UK. We don't have Tylenol. So if they're blaming Tylenol as the, like, drug manufacturer, like, then sorry. Not that you've got any logic behind your decision anyway, but, like, doesn't quite work in the UK. But also, it's adding the fear-mongering to, like, young parents. Which I already can tell you is not helpful. Because my mum didn't want me to be labelled when I was younger, which is why I wasn't tested. And then we kind of had to have a discussion in my teen years about me getting tested, and then, like, yeah, but it's a lifelong label. And it was always that, like, oh, it's a label. It's like, a label's not a bad thing, okay? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie that, you know, a label does sometimes mean you will struggle to find, like, things like employment and stuff, but, like, it's not the end of the world, you know? This has gone really mushy. It's like eating mashed potato, it's so gross. Let's continue. Right. I think I figured out what I was supposed to do. Okay. That was not what I meant to do. Oh fuck. That almost ended really badly then. Oh shit. Cool. Oh, okay. So I'm up here now.
Greetings, friend. I'm Cave Johnson, CEO of Aperture Science. You might know us as a vital participant in the 1968 Senate hearings on missing astronauts. And you've most likely used one of the many products we invented, but that other people have somehow managed to steal from us. Black Mesa can eat my bankrupt...
Sir, the testing?
Right. Now you might be asking yourself, Cave, just how difficult are these tests? What was in that phone book of a contract I signed? Am I in danger? Let me answer those
Cave
questions
Johnson is
with
like...
a question. Who wants to make $60? Cash. You can also feel free to relax for up to 20 minutes in the waiting room, which is a damn sight more comfortable than the park benches most of you were sleeping on when we found you. So, welcome to Aperture. You're here because we want the best, and you're it. No, couldn't keep a straight face. Anyway, don't smudge up the glass down there. In fact, why don't you just go ahead and not touch anything unless it's test related?
Alert, you're super... Dude, if they came in here and saw this sign, they'd be like, Cave Johnson is J. Jonah Jameson. I don't know who that is. Jasper, do you like MMOs? I don't know what that means. I'm still in the queue to get formally diagnosed, but the only thing it's going to change for me is actually being able to get the needs that would help me. You mean the meds? Because they're on a bit of a shortage at the moment, I think. But, like, yeah, it will help. I think it... I will always encourage, like, people getting, like, formally diagnosed, even just to have a bit of paper that says I'm right, you know? Just think about it like that. Hello. Ooh, that looks cute. Very retro. If you see an orange jumpsuit, hit the red button. Why? I thought they were all in orange jumpsuits. Confusion. I do like the, like, world building, but, like, feels a bit pointless. Oh. Okay.
If you're allergic to peanuts, you might want to tell somebody now, because this next test may turn your blood into peanut water for a few minutes. On the bright side, if we can make this happen, they're going to have to invent a new type of Nobel Prize to give us, so hang in there.
Massively multiplayer online, such as World of Warcraft. I've played Black Desert and Elder Scrolls Online for, like, 30 minutes respectively. I mean, it's not something that I've really ever tried. So I couldn't actually tell you. I do need to, like, I don't know. I really don't know if I would say I like or dislike them. I used to love playing, like, things like online chat rooms, like Movie Star Planet and, like, Mushy Monsters. I grew up playing shit like that, so for me it's like, if that's what is technically counted under MMO, but, like, I've never tried things like World of Warcraft and stuff. I've never given it a go.
The average human male is about 60% water. As far as we're concerned, that's a little extravagant. So if you feel a bit dehydrated in this next test, that's normal. We're going to hit you with some jet engines and see if we can't get you down to 20 or 30%. Alright, we're working on a little teleportation experiment. Now, this doesn't work with all skin types, so try to remember which skin is yours, and if it doesn't teleport along with you, we'll do what we can to sew you right back into it.
Am I outside? This looks like I'm outside. How do I get out? I want to go in. Ah! I want to investigate. It's so curious. It like baffles me that like this would have been like a multi-millionaire like project, right? But like it's all like shelled out. You would have thought they'd like at least sell the building and try and like recoup some of that like expenses. Oh. Oh no. Jenny, redeem drink to me. Thank you, Jenny. I will drink to that. Yeah, it wasn't massive on ESO. I didn't spend enough time on it. I literally, like, I don't even think I finished the tutorial properly. Because I was supposed to play with my friend, but it took so long to load at the time that I think I just got bored of it. I had other things I wanted to play at the time, I think. Dude, why did I think that was a body then? But yeah.
Greetings, friend. I'm Cave Johnson, CEO of Aperture Science. You might know us as a vital participant in the 1968 Senate hearings on missing astronauts. And you've most likely used one of the many products we invented, but that other people have somehow managed to steal from us. Black Mesa can eat my bankrupt...
Sir, the testing?
Right. Now you might be asking yourself, Cave, just how difficult are these tests? What was in that phone book of a contract I signed? Am I in danger? Let me answer those questions with a question. Who wants to make $60? Cash. You can also feel free to relax for up to 20 minutes in the waiting room, which is a damn sight more comfortable than the park benches most of you were sleeping on when we found you. So, welcome to Aperture. You're here because we want the best, and you're it. Nope. Couldn't keep a straight face. Anyway, don't smudge up the glass down there. In fact, why don't you just go ahead and not touch anything unless it's test related.
I don't get it. What am I supposed to do? What am I missing? Use more portal? Like... I don't know. I'm just coming short of it. Sorry. Super annoying. The massive wait list for women in Australia because we have a shortage on diagnostic psychologists. They are obviously prioritizing children first, but there are only 3 specialists in Melbourne who can actually look after autistic women. there are almost 5 million people who live in Melbourne. That was the problem here in the UK, was that they were prioritising children on the NHS. But now they introduced a legislation which is right to choose, which basically means that if you want to get diagnosed, you have to write a letter to your GP and get them to sign off and send off your paperwork to a specific, like, psychiatrist. And that's to negate waiting times on the NHS, because on the NHS it went up to like 10 years because it was adults competing with children for like diagnostic time, and now if you do right to choose, you have to be an adult to do it, as far as I'm aware. So it like takes time off the waiting lists and stuff. But yeah, and this is another reason I always encourage people to like get their children like in the process of diagnosing them, because it takes so long. And you know, if you need the help immediately, like, and you aren't on the waiting list, you can't get it. So do you have a favorite MMO? Mimi, easily World of Warcraft. The deep lore is that they have a private military contractor in the US government black books. They caused almost all of Half-Life to happen. Oh god. Well, I thought it might be your answer. Watching you play has been making me so tempted to jump into kind of MMO, but I never played World of Warcraft. I know I'm addicted. I don't know if I would ever get addicted to it. That's why I haven't like bothered with it. Also, why am I like... Why is my model so... I've never looked into World of Warcraft, to be honest. Maybe I should. Maybe that should be the like thing I do at some point. But I mean, I played like Red Dead Online like copiously. Like, I don't know if that counts. I loved Red Dead Online. Oh my god, I miss it so much. Genuinely, like, I would, if I didn't stream and I had all the time in the world, I would be on that game all the time. But it's really like annoying to try and get to work on my computer for some reason. It just doesn't want to like work half the time. I don't know why. Not that it's slow or anything. It just like you have to open it in a specific way. So yeah, or else it crashes. It's so stupid. Use more portal if you want a hint. I can't use more portal. I'm using like the limit of portals here. There's a bird in there. But I love the bird.
It's eating me. Oh, thanks. Did you feel that? That idiot doesn't know what he's doing up there. This whole place is going to explode in a few hours if somebody doesn't disconnect him. I can't move, and unless you're planning to saw your own head off and wedge it into my old body, you're going to need me to replace him. We're at an impasse. So what do you say? You carry me up to him and put me back into my body, and I stop us from blowing up and let you go. No tricks. This potato only generates 1.1 volts of electricity. I literally do not have the energy to lie to you. Even if I am lying, what do you have to lose? You're going to die either. Ow! You stabbed me. What is wrong with you? Hold on. Do you have a multimeter? Never mind. The gun must be part magnesium. It feels like I'm outputting an extra half a volt. Keep an eye on me. I'm going to do some scheming. Here I go. Whoa, where are we? How long have I been out? That extra half volt helped
don't play MMOs on stream, but I'm glad it's getting at you too. You always had it, god damn it. Lol, more watching all of you play fun games is making me want to play all the games. They are good games. There's a Warhammer tourney happening next month in Maple server. Very fun. Babe, do you want me to spend more money on another hobby? Keep money, yeah. I feel like people who made Full have a good sense of humor. Yeah. They don't make games like this anymore. Oh! Please don't make me have to listen to her speaking again. Oh, I am as well.
Say, you're good at murder. Oh, thanks. Did you feel that? That idiot doesn't know what he's doing up there. This whole place is going to explode in a few hours if somebody doesn't disconnect him. I can't move, and unless you're planning to saw your own head off and wedge it into my old body, you're going to need me to replace him. We're at an impasse. So what do you say? You carry me up to him and put me back into my body, and I stop us from blowing up and let you go. Wow, you stabbed me. What is wrong with you? Hold on. Do you have a multimeter? Never mind. The gun must be part magnesium. It feels like I'm outputting an extra half a volt. Keep an eye on me. I'm going to do some scheming. Here I go. Whoa, where are we? How long have I been out? That extra half volt helps, but it isn't going to power miracles. If I think too hard, I'm going to fry this potato before we get a chance to burn up in the atomic fireball that little idiot is going to...
Oh yeah, baby, we did it. Cool. Let's go. I have to keep an eye on the time because our video goes up at 3 o'clock. I have to be there to be in the chat and cheat.
Did anything happen while I was out?
The testing area is just up ahead. The quicker you get through, the quicker you'll get your $60.
Hold on, who?
Carolyn, are the compensation vouchers ready?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir,
Mr.
Mr.
Johnson.
Johnson. Why did I just... Who is that? What the hell is going on here?
I forget that. Oh. Okay, it's the speed one. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Need something weighted or else I'm not gonna make it. Right? Okay, I don't know, actually. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Excellent. Oh, Jasper, I went to the dockies. Yeah. Maybe, look what you made me do. No, I'm joking, I'm sorry. Okay, is it compulsive need to tell people the correct answer when they tell stupid punny jokes is an autism or ADHD things? The correct answer? Like, autism. That's an autism thing, because I do that quite badly. I remember someone, like, at my workplace was trying to make a joke, and they're like, oh, Jasper, you'll get this. And they went, what's the difference between jam and jelly? And I went, and told them. And we stared at each other for a minute. I straight up just went ahead and told them. And they're like, no, I'm making a joke. And I was like, what's so funny about jam and jelly? Turns out they were trying to make a joke, being like, you can't jelly a cock up. You don't get the joke. It's like a childish thing. But like, I was like genuinely like so confused because I was like, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the difference is. Like, I do know what the difference is. So, yeah. It's an autistic thing. Oh, Jasper, I went to the doctors yesterday and they have me 3 liters of Gaviscon. I'm sorry? That seems like an extremely large amount. I don't even know what Gaviscon is. It's alongside an anti-acid meds. Oh my god, wait, is this what I think it is? 3 liters is like a bowl of like Pepsi. It's 2 liters, so the fuck is Gaviscon? I'm looking out. I would be if fucking... Oh, okay. Yeah, Gaviscon is like heartburn medication. Dude, my gran used to have that. Alongside anti-acid meds. Isn't it literally anti-acid meds? Okay, right. I want to go fast, so... Jeez. Welcome, Kawaii! Good to see you, good to see you! Hello, hello, hello! Oh my god, it's not... I'm glad it's not just me. You going to make soup with it? Yeah, straight up, make spicy soup. So I've got to take Gaviscon 4 times a day and take the other anti-acid meds twice a day. Jesus Christ. Cool. Fun. How do I get back? Cool. Stop putting extra spicy chili sauce on your food, maybe. Yeah, like, I wonder if that's contributing. Fucking kawaii. I did it. Do not leave your belongings here. Loiter for more than 20 minutes. Touch the glass. Where is the glass? Is there glass? Do wear a shirt and shoes at all times. Move quickly through. It's like those shops that are like, no shoes, no service. It's like, how many people come in without shoes on that they gotta put those in there? Move quickly through your test track. Don't forget to not touch the glass. Okay. Okay, what? Huh. Hey. Cool. I ain't got nothing. What the frick could I need to do the... Okay, right. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I think I got it. So... color? Okay. Oh, fuck! No! No, let me out! Jesus Christ.
Emotional outbursts require more than 1.6 volts. Now we know that. We just need to relax. We're still going to find out what the hell's going on here, but calmly.
Okay. Okay. I can jump fast. No. Okay, I don't know. So you can Winnie the Pooh, but don't forget your shirt. Yeah. I hope it actually helps. Yeah, I do hope that helps. If it makes life easier. Oh, I got it. I figured it out. Cool. I'm smart. Look at me go. Look at me go. Right. Are we ready for this? Where am I putting this? Okay. Get all the orange slushy. Put it on the end. Yeah, baby. Look at me go. They literally give you directions. Okay. Ready? Ooh. Excellent. I'm free. Okay, I think I know what I gotta do here. Okay. Oh shit! Okay, that's not gonna work. Right. Cool. Okay. Right. I'm gonna put this one here so I can get out. Okay, no, I don't think I took it fast enough. Try again. Okay, no. Oh, maybe this one. Cool. Okay. We'll get there, fam. We'll get there. Oh!
Good job,
Yeah.
astronaut, war hero, and/or Olympian. With your help, we're gonna. This on? Hey, listen up down there. That thing's called an elevator, not a bathroom.
I swear I know him.
Probably dated him. Oh, it's very 80s. Wow, look at it. Okay. 2 seconds, I'm just gonna go and get a drink. Do you have a limit to how many portals you can use? Yeah, you can only have 2 at once. Oh. What's the orange shit? That's like speed gel, and then the blue one is bounce gel. Ugh. I wonder if you like dipped your hand in anti-acid and then put your hand in stomach acid, would it like still dissolve? It's got me thinking. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with that thought. I'll be RB. I'm back. No, dude, you just did the jelly and jam. You were making a joke? I was so confused. I'm back. I'm Rob. Hi, back. I'm Rod. God damn it.
If you're
Hello, Rod.
interested in an additional $60, flag down a test associate and let them know. You could walk out of here with 120 weighing down your bindle if you let us take you apart, put some science stuff in you, then put you back together, good as new.
I don't know if I'm right, actually. Oh, why does this one look so much more complicated? Oh. What's going on there? Okay. Oh shit. Don't know if you guys heard that, but my computer unplugged something then. Okay, right. Here's what they want me to do. So. Oh, hey! Oh god. It's weird that the tests are like set up appropriately. Like as if like someone hasn't completed them yet. Maybe I'm supposed to go down there actually. What benefit? What? I'm so confused. Give me 2 seconds. Get back. Oh, is it this again? Potentially? There's another. Okay. Cool. What do I want to do here? So I want to go fast this way. I got it. Okay, cool. No problem. Figured it out. Right, I want to get a sponge thing on here. Get like a bounce pad going here, you know? And then wanna like a speed one on this side. Cool, okay, right. And then I think it's this goes here and then spits me out up there, except I need to get in here first. And then I want to get in there. Ready. Set. Go. Please work. Please work. Yeah, baby. Oh shit.
Available for that bonus opportunity I mentioned earlier. Again, all you gotta do is let us disassemble you. We're not banging rocks together here. We know how to put a man back together. So that's a complete reassembly. New vitals, spit shine on the old ones, plus we're scooping out tumors. Frankly, you ought to be paying us.
That regime drink, dummy. Think you know I will drink to that. Mac husband. Potato.
Thank you. I can't believe I'm thanking these people. For staggering your way through Aperture Science's propulsion gel testing, you've made some real contributions to society for a change, and for that, humanity is grateful. If you had any belongings, please pick them up now. We don't want old newspapers and sticks cluttering up the building. For many of you, I realize $60 is an unprecedented windfall, so don't go spending it all on, I don't know, Carolyn, what do these people buy? Tattered hats? Beard dirt?
All forms must be filled out and legally completed before eligible to receive payments. Oh, there's my $60. Oh no! How do I get out? Oh, I see. Oh, shit. Hey. Oh. No. Pump station gamma. Oh, man. Oh. Okay. Guess we're not leaving then, huh? Where am I going? Oh. Cool.
Carolyn, why do I know this woman? Did I kill her? Or... Oh my god. Look, you're doing a great job. Can you handle things for yourself for a while? I need to think.
Yeah, that's fine by me, you shut up. Realistically as well, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how many more streams we're gonna be able to do for. We will continue it in November, but we're coming up to October now, and I want to move on to the, like, the Halloween game, which was of choice, which was Poppy Playtime. So we'll be moving on to that at some point. Not next week, because I'm pretty sure we've got a thing on next week, but oh, and also I've got a thing on Friday. Just so you guys know, there will be a stream on Friday. Yeah, I think I'm doing something next week, so on Monday. I mean, it will be stream related, but we won't be doing Portal again until November by the looks of it, if I don't complete it today, which I don't think we're going to. Which is a shame, but I have to kind of, like... You'll have to bear with me though, because I need to see how long, like, the first, like, playthrough of Poppy Playtime takes. And also, you better hope that it runs on the computer, or else we won't be doing anything. Oh shit. Why is this started? What's going on here? Oh, I see. Oh my god, look! We get some freaking... Oh, I got it. Cool, baby. Oh, this moved quite badly. Excellent. I don't think I'm supposed to be up here, you know? Oh. I am in fact supposed to be up there. Nice. Carla the Complainer says, my new boss is a robot, but did you know robots are smarter than you? Robots work harder than you. Robots are better than you. Volunteer for testing today. This did not age well.
It flew off. Good for him. All right, back to thinking.
Oh man. What's that sound? Oh dear. Remain still at your target, did it? Good lord. Oh, good lord. Oh lord, he come. I just back where I was. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. What the fuck? Shit. I don't think that's where I want to be. I hear that weird burning noise again. Is it down there? Did I just come from in here? Okay, yeah. Okay, I don't know. I wanna go up there. No jump walking. Sorry. No, fuck the forms. Friday, I thought Thursday. Yeah, probably Thursday. I think I'm just getting the days mixed up. Halloween gaze, yay! Oops. No, it might have been me. Okay, ladies, please help me decide if Rob is a naughty streamer who deserves a spank. Always deserves a spank. Use my live stream. Told someone else to jump into my live stream so he could show off our cats. That's a good reason to hijack a stream, though. I don't understand. Obviously, I'm supposed to use this as some sort of jump point to here, but where's the, like, drop point, you know? Where is it? Huh? Because I don't fucking see it. Okay, I don't know where to go. It's obviously, like, a jump point here. This is the jump point. But, like, where am I supposed to drop? Is it that? I don't know. Am I being dumb? A little. Did you do the OBS update, Jasper? Potentially. I think I did it last week. I'm on 32. I'm on 32.00. Why? Well, okay, fair. I mean, they are cute cats. This is very true. Yeah, I potentially did. Why? Oh, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. I genuinely am so at a loss. Please. Give me a fucking sign! I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. I don't get it. What am I missing? My brain. Oh. Wait a second. No, I still don't understand. I still really don't understand. I'm so confused. I can obviously, like, use the stuff for something, so... But where? But where? Is it here, maybe? I'll just go back and, like, give it a go. I don't know. Oh my god, I don't understand. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. I got it. Figure it out. Figure it out. It's alright, people. Ready. 3, 2, 1. Got it.
Welcome to the Enrichment Center.
First try.
Since making test participation mandatory for all employees, the quality of our test subjects has risen dramatically. Employee retention, however, has not. As a result, you may have heard we're going to phase out human testing. There's still a few things left to wrap up, though. The bean counters told me we literally could not afford to buy $7 worth of moon rocks, much less 70 million. Bought them anyway, ground them up, mixed them into a gel. And guess what? Ground up moon rocks are pure poison. I am deathly ill. Still, it turns out they're a great portal conductor. So now, we're gonna see if jumping in and out of these new portals can somehow leach the lunar poison out of a man's bloodstream. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Let's all stay positive and do some science. That said, I would really appreciate it if you could test as fast as possible. Carolyn, please bring me more pain pills.
Enrich yourself today. Volunteer for testing. I'm good, man. He's like getting progressively like older, isn't he, in these images? I think that's the point, but jeez. I still never figured out what that login was for. Oh god, that's horrifying. Please do not test if you're allergic to lunar sediment and or starch. You have fulfilled your monthly election quota. I don't know. You're confident in your work performance to unvolunteer from the self-election process, bruh. Welcome, Ratsation. Good to see you. Good to see you. Jasperino, Cretino here. Hello. There, I see you are struggling a little, but it's fine. Here, Eddie, eat the potato. No, it's raw. That's poisonous. Equally, we are internet people. We never grow old and wither. Am I right, guys? Guys, hello. No, no. I'm never allowed to grow old, am I? Peace. I would like to leave. Thank you. Right. Okay. How to leave Aperture Science Testing Facility. Obviously, something to do with this. White gel. Semen gel. Every Saturday night. No, I'm joking. That's a joke. Please don't take that seriously. Chester and I are the same age. If you read my age backwards, 42. Yeah, I'm 24. I'm like still like so lost about what I'm supposed to do. Oh yeah. The angle of this is so fucking funny. Do you think it was intentional? Oh my god, that would be so fucking funny. Cool. Oh. Right. That's some Saturday night goggle, yeah. Hell yeah, that's some huge ass facial. I know. That was absolutely deliberate, especially with those sound effects. I know, right? At least I don't remember anyone making the assumption when this became popular. Do you think it was intentional? No, from what I remember, no one was was as perverted as we are now. I mean, some people definitely were like, harder come, but I'd say most of us didn't even make the connection at the time. Lol. Want to get it absolutely soaking. I think this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm hoping this is what I'm supposed to do. Something like this, and then I can get up there. Okay, it's not getting high enough up there, so I don't know if that's really correct. I'm definitely getting soaked. Jesus Christ, the like sensitivity thing is like having a whale of a time. Okay, right. Okay. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Maybe? I just don't really understand. Where's the cum supposed to go, you know? That's all I want to know. I feel like up here, but it's not really working. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. The sound effects are like starting to drive me a bit off the wall though. Like I'm getting a bit overstimulated. God damn it. Guys, stop writing like cum terms in the chat. I have to get out of the game and like fix them. I'm pleased to say I've always been this perverted, thank you very much. Looks like a Diddy party straight up. Room. I want to get absolutely soaked in the jizz juice, Jasper. Ayo. Rat, how did your comment get through and mine didn't? Yeah, well, I think they both got, like, censored. They didn't both get through. I had to, tell to both of them. Told Joe Rogan he might know what to do with all that shit. Jesus. Have a look around and see if you can find a massive pair of boobs. It's clearly meant to go there. Bruh! I actually have no clue. I really don't know. I'm like a bit stuffed because I'm like not like I'm a bit stuffed, she says, looking at the yeah, okay. Right. I don't know. I genuinely am lost. Like, I know I keep saying it, but I am like completely at a loss. Something to do with that is gonna fire me, but none of these are big enough to really like jump off. I don't think. Maybe I'm getting the wrong end of the stick. I don't know. I don't know. It's not big enough. But it's clearly supposed to go up there, but I just don't really know how to get it up. I don't know. It's not going far enough. Sorry, my life. God damn it. Okay. Shall I ask Rod? He's got good aim. Bruh. Just so they can put my clothes back on, but never do. No! I'm just like, so confused. I don't actually know what to do. I just don't, like, understand. It's probably really obvious, and I have done this before, but it's like, I just genuinely am like, where am I supposed to go? My brain is kind of fried, to be honest, and I'm like so like determined to try and get as far as I can with this, but I'm genuinely like starting to just lose my grip a bit. I also kind of need to wrap up stream kind of soon because we've got that video coming out in like an hour, less than an hour. Is it less than an hour? I don't know if I set it for 3 or 3:30. But I need to be done by 2:30, so I don't think we're gonna get any further with this. But I am like, I'm just determined to like, oh. I think I'm just getting really overstimulated by the sound, and I just can't like work it out from that. I just don't know where I'm supposed to jump from. Okay, can we... I need a second share after reading these comments. Sorry. Trying not so hard to make a priest joke, bruh. The sound doesn't help with the thinking process. I am severely overstimulated, to be honest. I just like my brain not happy about this. Cool. I don't know if that's gonna be strat. And also having to go through and like check all the comments. Yeah, fair. Thinking with balls is hard. Yeah. Throw the potato and see if it makes lots of potato babies. Listen, the potato is attached. I can't get rid of it. Jessica can only handle so much cumin in a sensory way. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just struggling. I remember when I did this when I was like younger, I remember the sound drove me so up the wall that I literally had to turn it off in order to like get this done. And I just literally can't like, just don't get it. I don't understand. But like, there isn't a jump point other than up there, but I don't know how to get this stuff up there. No one likes that much sticky. Just don't get it in your hair. I just like can't work out. And I'm genuinely like starting to get very overstimulated. And I'm just like trying very hard to like keep it together. Maybe if I just turn the sound up so I can't hear it. I'm just like, there isn't a high enough jump point. Maybe it's a ruse, I don't know. Do it. That's what she said. Jesus, there's so much white goop everywhere. Yeah. It's all fun until you're like trying to actually work out what to do, and then you're like, hang on a minute, I actually really don't know. It's obviously like something to do with this, right? The problem is there is no way for me to like get through. It's something to do with here as well, but again, there's like, is there a point on the other side? I don't know. There was like a solid bit on the other side. I just don't know how I'm supposed to get it up there. By the way, if you're worried I'm overstimulated, I can't hear it, so. That kind of got something going, but I don't think it's right. Try painting them between the two towers to get the goop higher. Yeah, but that... Maybe, actually. That's not a terrible idea. Give it a go. But it's not really, like, the right... I suppose it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Thanks, Rod. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think this is right. There we go, okay. Oh. Okay, now I got sound back again. Okay, right. So, I could do one of these. And... I could fuck it all up. That's fine. I didn't want to do it anyway. Were you shuffling outside the room for? Not talking. I don't think he... Hey. 1A. And go. Cool. Cheers, Rod. Shout out to Rod, people.
When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these?
Yeah, take the lemons.
Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the lemons.
Oh, I like this guy.
I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Finding people. He said what we're all thinking.
The point is, if we can store music on a compact disc, why can't we store a man's intelligence and personality on one? So I have the engineers figuring that out now. Brain mapping, artificial intelligence. We should have been working on it 30 years ago. I will say this, and I'm gonna say it on tape so everybody hears it 100 times a day. If I die before you people can pour me into a computer, I want Carolyn to run this place. Now she'll argue. She'll say she can't. She's modest like that, but you make her. Hell, put her in my computer. I don't care. All right, test over. You can head on back to your desk.
Goodbye, sir.
So sweet. Oh. My map My mouse keeps cutting out as well. Sorry. Ooh, I didn't realize you could only jump where the jizz is. So no, I can only put portal down where there's white. So if there's a white wall, then I can put a portal down on it. If it's all this silver stuff, then I can't. But that's what the goop is for, is it makes the wall white. It's basically just white paint. What are you shuffling outside the room for? Now I imagine Paul just lurking around like bloody Igor all the time. I just know by your door. Pretty much him. Freeze the lemons, throw them at your enemies. Yeah! Yeah! Before I wrap, the lemons gave him cancer yesterday. Why have you called me that a few times? I just apparate behind her without making a noise, dude. Paul and I make each other jump in the house because we'll both go into a room and stand like completely still, and then the other person will forget where we are. And we'll come around the corner and it'll indicate to the other person to make a shuffle, and it usually makes one of us jump. It's usually me, but... Lurch from the Addams Family. Fun fact, I've never seen that. Despite being a goth alternative person, I've never seen anything to do with the Addams Family. Where are we going? Cool. Okay, now what? Right, I think I know what to do. I think I need to get back down another level so I can do the underside. No, okay, never mind. Please don't say I have to go back down and get all the... That would suck. Oh no, I got it. I figured it out. Okay, right, other way around. Okay, so... Okay, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, cool, and then... Okay! Death-defying tricks by JasperWackx. I'm Jasper, and this is, you know what? Maybe not. I'm just gonna say I don't know how well this is gonna work. Okay, maybe here? Why did that sound so dramatic then? Okay. Ooh. Oh. Fuck you. That could have been great, but never mind. Okay. Alright, where am I going next? Okay. And then... Oh shit. Well, I did it. Cool! Let's go, baby! Alright, with that, I think I'm gonna actually wrap up there. I know we're probably really close to the end, but the problem I've got is that we have to move on. We will finish Paul at some point. Maybe when I finally get done with, like, Monster High, we can go back to it during that time, but realistically, at some point, I need to kind of get on with starting the October stuff, because she's got a collab next, I think, as well. So I won't have time to do it then. And also, yeah. Yeah, you go, Jester. I don't. You've still got a bit to go. If it's like a good solid bit, then I don't think there's much point. Wait, hang on. I can probably check. When was the last time I played this? Okay. So I finished around chapter 8. Hi, goodbye. Love you. Chapter 8. We're only on chapter 7. If it's a solid bit, then yeah, we're probably gonna have to wrap it up there. Never do drink dummy. Think you know I will drink to that. Which is a shame because I would have liked to have finished it before we went on to Poppy Playtime. And to be honest, I'll see how things kind of pan out. But because we've got a collab, I think next Monday, I might just not have time. Which is a shame, but realistically, I have to kind of I have to do it because I was supposed to do it last year and we had like Stardew taking over. So I think this year I'm just gonna pull the plug and say, you know, we haven't completed this, but we will complete it in November. When November comes around, I will get this completed if we haven't already at that point. Okay, so stay tuned. Obviously, if I finish Monster High within that time, I'll let you guys know what my plan is. But for the minute, I think I'm just going to end it there, which is a shame. I'm really sorry because I was planning to like really power through today, but and also hang on. Also at some point, Mina and I have been talking about doing the multiplayer together, and that kind of requires like a bit of like forward planning, and I'd rather do that in continuation to us finishing the series. Oh shit, spooky season next. I'm not prepared. What do you mean you're not prepared, BB? We've literally been talking about this for months. I'm so excited. I've got all my spooky decorations out. I'm ready for fall. I've had like my October decorations out since September 1st. I've got all my like Halloween towels out. I'm ready to go. I'm always on the search for more like seasonal hand towels. That's like one of the few things I do for my house when it's like this time of year, or like seasonal times of year. So yeah, I've got to get some more fairy lights and stuff though, but other than that, she's pretty much ready for October. Paul doesn't reckon we're gonna get any trick-or-treaters just because we don't really live in like... We live in a busy part, but the only people that really come by our area are like the drunks. So what I think we're gonna do is get some sweets because there is like a block of flats near us, so I'm hoping that some of the kids that are in there might come to ours. So we'll see. And if anyone's wondering, by the way, I'm gonna say this because I think it's relevant. For anyone wondering, like, oh, do you take the hatchlings out trick-or-treating? No. They have never been trick-or-treating in their life. And some people might be like, you're depriving your children. And that was my automatic reaction. And then I found out what it was. And Paul basically said that he and his ex-missus, so their mother, didn't think it was a good idea to encourage them to knock on people's doors begging for sweets, which the kids are potentially autistic, so the taking that literally might have happened, and I can understand that. So I think that's the idea of it. But we do like a Halloween event trail instead. So they've got the things they can do during Halloween, which is nice, and they get to do like, it's kind of like an adventure trail. It's a yearly thing, but it's an adventure trail where they get like bags of sweets and stuff from like different like areas. So it's not really like so much the knocking on the door, but yeah. 2 fake goths in one stream? What do you mean? I've got like I've always got like goth decorations out. All my like Halloween decorations are like out most of the year. What I put out during like September, October time is all the stuff that's like very specifically Halloween. Because like I'll put out the like tombstones or like the like gothic-y looking bits or the like skulls and shit like that. But I put out during like Halloween like the stuff that's like pumpkins, the stuff that says like, you know, Happy Halloween or Spooky Season, like the stuff that's very obviously like generic cheesy like Halloween. And our hand towels are always like, we've always got like generic like black and brown ones. But then during like the seasons, we tend to have like ones that are like orange and stuff. So yeah. It's used. I kind of want to play it now. What's Paul 2? Paul 2 is great. It's not too expensive and it goes on sale quite a bit if you're interested. So definitely I recommend. Most systems can run it. It's not a very intensive game, so I definitely recommend. I know, but suddenly realize it starts on Wednesday. It does, and it's very sad because it's like it feels like it's over. Like I always do like the seasonal stuff like pretty much a month in advance to the actual like event. So like for Christmas, I'll start decorating in November, that sort of stuff. But then for like Halloween, I'll start doing it in September, and then like summer and spring, it's like variations on that. But yeah, it's yeah. Well, like I'll start middle November. I'll leave the Halloween stuff up for a few weeks, but they're that's when I start doing it. But yeah. Spooky season. Yay, I love Halloween. Me too. I got my autumn decor out. Sorry, I didn't mention that. No, it's okay. I have my autumn decorations out for ages. The rule for TNT now is that they, if they can't see you, want them to come, they won't. I think. Oh, trick or treating. Paul and I were talking about this the other day. He's like, traditionally, you're supposed to put a pumpkin outside if you want to like have people, and I was like, really? Because in my like area where I lived as a kid, the way you knew someone didn't want like people coming for trick or treating was if the house had no lights on. That was an obvious giveaway. But then also it had like a sign in the door, usually with like a big X over like some sort of Halloween like item, to basically indicate like, no, we don't accept trick-or-treaters. And it's the one time of year that I really enjoy people coming to the door. But I'm not going to sit here and lie, I still get, even on Halloween, I still get like massive anxiety when someone knocks on the door. And I have to really like muscle through it because I'm like, oh, it's trick-or-treaters. But I get really like stressed when the door bangs, and I'm like, I have to really like muscle through it on Halloween. But it's like I'm usually like really overstimulated by the end of Halloween. Like I really look forward to it, but then every time it rolls around, every time I hear the door knock, I get like this pit of dread in myself. But I think it's just the strangers at the door kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, that is fair. I had a friend who wasn't allowed to go trick or treating because she said it was begging to. Yeah, like our kids weren't allowed to go when because it was seen as begging and stuff. And it's like, I mean, to me, it wasn't so much the like going around asking for sweets, it was the like dressing up that was fun to me. And then I got a comment when I was younger. I wasn't very old at the time, like I was definitely still like well within the age group that trick-or-treating was appropriate. I don't remember exactly how old I was, but I had a friend who I would always go trick-or-treating with, and he had like a growth, like he had extreme growth, and he was like 6 foot by the time we were this age, and we were not an age where 6 foot was like the right height to be. So we went trick-or-treating once, and we were fine for most of the houses, and then towards the end we ran into this like old lady, and she was like really rude to us about it. She's like, you guys are clearly too old to be trick-or-treating. And I was like, hang on, like I remember when I was a kid, like teenagers, like probably like 17 to 18-year-olds were like trick-or-treating. But it's like now it's like you know, you got old people judging you, and I like it destroyed my confidence with it. And my mom, like, she never forgave that old lady for doing that, and she was like, honestly, every year that it comes around, I get so tempted to go around and say like, what the fuck, like, you ruined my child's confidence. But I didn't go after that, which sucks. I still dress up, but it's like I don't leave the house really. And then I started working where I do, and they do a Halloween thing every year. Except this year, last year they didn't do it, and this year I just didn't bother. Like I've taken the week off because it's also like the problem I've got is like stream. Our streamversary is like a few days before Halloween, which was very intentional on my part, but it was like a kind of bad move on my part because it means now I have to take the day off so that we can do like some stream stuff. But streamversary is on the 26th, and obviously like Halloween's on the 31st. So I've taken Halloween off. Paul's also taken Halloween off, so we won't be dressing up with the like rest of our co-workers, but I don't even know if they do that this year. They do it for Halloween. It's like a charity thing, but they do it for Halloween and then they do it for Christmas as well. But last year they only did it for Christmas, and then they only announced they were doing it for Christmas a couple days before, and so I missed like the like chance to get a costume, and I ended up missing out on it last year. My boss was not happy. She was like, I dressed up especially, and I knew I could rely on you to like come in dressed up, and then I didn't this time, and she's like, I'm so disappointed. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I literally didn't know. So yeah. You young lady forgot Spooked Over was coming up. Gotta get all my bats out the attic and my full-size skeleton. Dude, I want a skeleton, but I would want, like, a real one. A child-size skeleton and a cat skeleton. Bro, are you okay? I've got, like, some bats that I need to stick up in the window panes, but they're, like, gonna be there all year round for me. But I need to get some, like, clear sticky tack or something. Skeleton decorations, right? That's what you think. Where I live, you gotta have some lights on, decor in the window by the door or whatever. There are so many families around our area. Costco has such good decorations. We don't get Costco in Cornwall, so I couldn't, like, tell you. I can't even say we don't get it in the UK, but I think you get it in, like, Scotland, but I don't think you get it down here at all. So, like, pass on that. But yeah, no, in my area you have to have some sort of indication that you're willing to have trick-or-treaters, but then again, like, we live kind of down an alley in like an area that isn't like known for having houses. It's more known for having like flats. But I'm hoping, because I don't think kids really go around knocking on their neighbors' flats, that they'll come outside and actually come to the houses. That's what I'm hoping for. So I will be making an effort, but I probably will only get like a bag of sweets and probably sorely regret it, but we probably won't like prepare massively for it. But yeah, I've got a bowl and everything. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Need to avoid Costco right now. Would spend way too much money. Me too. Right, anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I very much appreciate how many of you have been here to chat and stuff. Sorry we kind of had a bit of a depression period and that it ended up just meaning that we didn't get today finished, but we've still got a solid bit to go, so, you know, it's not going to be like a huge disconnect when we start playing this again. I don't know when we will play Portal again. As I said before, like, Wednesday is the start of Halloween month, so we'll be switching over on Thursday to our Halloween assets, so look forward to those. But the in terms of the streams themselves, we'll be moving on hopefully to Poppy Playtime in October, but again, that won't be next week that we start that, but it'll be the week after. Okay, right. No, Jasper, it was a good chat. Good night. Also, guys, before you all go, please, like, just go over to YouTube in, like, 15 minutes, I think. Our Q&A highlights has been wonderfully edited by the lovely Hidnet, who you see in chat and have around. It's available on the Discord server if you want a link to it. If not, if you just go to the description, there's obviously like a YouTube link to my main YouTube channel, so you can find it over there. It is on a premiere, so it will be available there at, I think 3 o'clock. It might be 3:30. I don't remember. Yeah, I missed what is it. It was, yeah. You can go and watch that later. It doesn't come out for like another like 15 minutes at least. So yes. But please go and check that out. He worked really hard on it, and I really appreciate that. And I just wanted to give him all the love because unfortunately the like TikTok got shadow banned, but he worked really hard on that as well. So if you wouldn't mind maybe going over to TikTok and saying like something nice on there, just to let me know. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I will see you all over on the premiere in a few minutes. But for now, guys, I will love and leave you. I will see you all very soon. I will see you on Thursday for some I don't know. I will see you on Thursday for Monster High, I'm pretty sure, but I'll let you know. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me today, guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.